Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Injured in Cherry Lane mass shooting rise to 11. Robberies on the rise in Brownstone, St. Anne. And later in sports, U.S. gymnast to return Olympic medal despite appeal to CAS. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Strang has revealed that the number of persons injured from Sunday's mass shooting in Clarendon has risen to 11. Previous reports indicated that 9 people were injured in the tragic incident and 8 killed. Dr. Chang made the disclosure while speaking on Power 106 Morning Agenda on Tuesday.
The Ministry of National Security, of course, sealed through the security forces, and from the intelligence of gathered, we're satisfied with the reprisal. Reprisal has caused several killings, in fact, prior to this horrendous event in Cherry Lane yesterday. Well, the night before, actually, or unfolded in the morning yesterday. We were some 19 people, 8 dying and 11 injured. It is a brutal and horrible event, and it was an attack on citizens, innocent by and large.
Dr. Chang says dealing with gang reprisals can be a complex and delicate situation for the security forces.
You examine the relationship of the gangs, and you have to not only protect the community, and in fact, the protection of the community involves more support and reassurance, because it's unlikely they'll come back to the same community. In fact, who we have to look for are those who are they supporting the community, but from other communities that will seek to retaliate against areas associated with the perpetrators. So the police work is extensive and multiple. In a case like this, there are two. The influence of the leadership of the gangs spread across what you might call the western belt of Maypen, all the way down to 4 parts.
In the meantime, former National Security Minister Peter Bunting expressed confidence in the new police commissioner, Dr. Kevin Blake. Addressing supporters in St. James Sunday night, Mr. Bunting noted the improvements in murder rates in St. James and other parishes, but criticized the JLP government as ineffective and incompetent for relying solely on states of emergency to address crime in the parish.
Even while murders are down this year relative to last year, and we're thankful for that. And I want to acknowledge the new commissioner, because he hasn't followed Andrew Honis and Horace Chang with that foolishness about states of emergency. All those years when they were scraping up a whole heap of young people in St. James.
Despite the reduction in crime, Mr. Bunting believes it is still high. He points to reduced tourist arrivals and ongoing U.S. travel advisories for Jamaica.
But I want to say something. Don't believe because it's coming down from a very high level that it's okay, that it has reached an acceptable level. Because in absolute terms, it's still way too high. And the travel advisory that the U.S. has on Jamaica, putting the industry under pressure.
Children's advocate Dian Harrison has condemned the devastating mass shooting in Clarendon on Sunday. The incident claimed the life of an 8-year-old boy and affected several other children who were at the scene. Mrs. Gordon Harrison expressed deep sorrow and concern. The incident sent shockwaves throughout the nation, leaving many to wonder about the safety and security of children.
It's always quite heartrending to hear about any kind of mass shooting. But as we come to the close of what should have been a time of rest and reset and rejuvenation for children, of course, it's particularly sad to learn of the shooting spree, if you will, that occurred in Clarendon, which claimed the lives of children and affected them.
She bemoans the fact that the incident happened at a time when children are preparing for back to school in September.
I'm deeply saddened by it. Of course, I extend my condolences to the friends, family, relatives, and all the loved ones who have been impacted and will be impacted by this untimely and very tragic and brutal death. Of course, I join with other leaders in the country to condemn the issue, but perhaps more importantly, to see how we can craft solutions that really go to the root of preventing violence against our children.
A Manchester man is in custody following an attempt to steal hundreds of flow cables Tuesday morning. According to reports, at about 4, officers on patrol stopped a truck with cables along Hargreaves Avenue in the parish. 5 persons fled the scene. The truck is in the name of a person from a St. Catherine address. It is not clear whether flow customers will be impacted by the theft. Brownstone residents are on high alert following a series of robberies in the area. But the police are challenged as residents are afraid to speak up about the incidents. Robberies are on the rise in Brownstone, St. Anne. This has been the case for over a month now, and residents and the business community are on edge.
We have been having series of robbery around the Library Street. The church has been robbed, pedestrian has been robbed, students have been robbed. They are throwing blocks in the road in the night for the car persons to stop. We're having a nuisance around Library Street because of no light. Actually, the bars, we have a series of bars being broken into with these poker box. Over the last month, we've had more than 10 bars being broken into in Brownstone. We have a series of uprising robbery in the Brownstone area.
What's particularly concerning is that those behind the crime are reportedly from the area, causing mistrust among residents.
These persons more likely are from the area because they are taking routes that they know the police will not go. They're running through the school, they're running through the church, they're running up in bushes. They literally robbed the church. We need some action. The lady came from a hairdresser just 2 nights ago. They hit her with a board. They're coming closer to the town. We need some action.
The police are working to address the issue, but are hindered due to limited resources. At the same time, Sub-Officer at the Brownstone Station, Inspector Ricardo Beckford, is encouraging residents to tell them what they know.
I would have received information of such an incident. However, I am still awaiting an official report as it relates to that particular incident. And I just want to take this opportunity to implore to the residents in the area, persons who have information in relation to the particular incident, to share this information with the police so we can arrest the perpetrator and bring him to justice.
An urgent appeal for the government to fix the Lucy Main Road in Hanover. This is to address traffic congestion and prevent motor vehicle crashes. Amoy Harriot reports.
Traffic pile up along the Lucy Main Road in Hanover, the end result of enormous potholes along the thoroughfare.
The man a patrol, a cash patrol in the government. Because each time you chop a tire, you have to pay taxes. Tourists are chop tire. People who live at chop tire. People don't know the road at chop tire. What about if it's at night when a man chop a tire and run over on his vehicle and cause accident? They need to fix the patrol before he kill people.
In December last year, the government implemented traffic changes in Lucy designed to alleviate vehicular congestion in the coastal town. Stakeholders in the area say while they welcome the changes, the daily unbearable traffic jam will not be resolved until the deplorable state of the road is addressed.
Last night, I dropped in one of those potholes, and believe me, I felt like I was in a roller coaster. It's nothing good.
They are especially concerned as the Lucy Main Road connects 2 of the biggest tourist towns in the island.
Lucy serves as the main thoroughfare from Montego Bay to Negril. You know, the 2 biggest tourist area of Jamaica, 2 of the biggest tourism area of Jamaica. And we don't have any proper facility.
Their biggest fear, though, the traffic situation when school reopens in a few weeks.
Look at that.
Look at the build-up of what is happening now. It's not peak hours. Just imagine when everybody, all the principal, all the teachers, everybody, taxi drivers are in full force, especially in rush hour. Lucy can't manage. Lucy cannot manage, and we need... And all is because of pothole. And all that is because of pothole.
Tamika Davis is Member of Parliament for Hanover Western.
I have been in constant dialogue with the National Works Agency, and the latest report that I got, that is as of today's date, was that works will begin in the upcoming week. A contractor has been retained, and works should begin in earnest by Monday next week. And as a matter of fact, I believe the reopening of school is at the heart of the decision to ensure that it is fixed prior to the opening of school.
Amoy Harriet, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. A crocodile caused a two-vehicle collision in Grand Spence, St. Thomas on Monday. According to reports, one of the drivers saw the reptile on the road and made a sudden stop. The other driver then crashed into his vehicle. The crocodile was killed. Motorists are being urged to exercise caution while driving in the area. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Cygnus Capital says it has led a private-public partnership with the Caribbean Pavement Solutions CPS to fund a significant road improvement project in the Bahamas. The company, which is a subsidiary of Cygnus Group, says it spearheaded the financing for a 163-mile asphalt road paving and road safety enhancement project on the island of Eleuthera in that country through its revolving receivables program. Senior Vice President and Head of Investment Banking at Cygnus Capital, Gregory Samuels, says the investment aims to improve road safety and connectivity, but also to enhance regional infrastructure and contribute to the economic growth of neighboring countries. Cygnus Capital says 160 jobs are being created. This is the second major roadwork project in the Bahamas led by Cygnus Capital, the first being a $25 million investment in a 45-mile highway improvement project in Exuma. Further afield, a recall of walnuts has been elevated to the Food and Drug Administration's highest risk level classification. In July, California-based Sturt's Packing Company voluntarily recalled packages of its shelled walnuts due to listeria. A Class 1 recall is issued when there is a reasonable probability that the product could cause serious adverse health consequences or death. The nuts were sold in Arizona and Texas. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Nakinsky Robinson.
And it's now time for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, a 4.2 magnitude earthquake was felt across several Caribbean countries, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, and Barbados yesterday. It had a depth of 125 kilometers. No immediate damage or injuries were reported. This quake followed a 3.5 magnitude tremor 2 days prior that affected Dominica, St. Lucia, and Martinique, which was at a depth of 19 kilometers. On the international scene, former President Donald Trump and ex-owner Elon Musk heaped praise on each other during a friendly conversation on X Monday night. The Trump campaign has been looking to regain momentum following Vice President Kamala Harris' explosive campaign launch. Throughout the conversation, Musk asked Trump softball questions that allowed him to stick to his talking points on immigration and the economy. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Raquel Horta.
Thank you, Raquel. We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.